Yeah. Please sit down.
Kumar.
Hello, Kumar. Yes, Alok, please briefly describe yourself.
Sir, I was born and brought up in Dhanbad, Jharkhand, where I did most of my schooling from. After the schooling, I went to pursue BTech in Mechanical Engineering from NIT Allahabad. I got a job in PepsiCo from college itself, and I worked there for a brief period of 10 months in foods manufacturing plant. After that, currently I am employed as an examiner of patents and designs in Ministry of Commerce and Industry. And that's all, sir.
You are still working under DIPP?
Yes, sir.
So under the ease of doing business, where does Jharkhand stands?
Sir,
You know that DIPP had taken up a ease of doing business ranking for all the states in the country. Do you know where Jharkhand stands in it?
yes, sir. Jharkhand is in bottom 5 states of the ease of doing business rankings of the states by DIPP.
Why is it so?
Sir, it is because of the infrastructural facilities that are provided by Jharkhand are not up to the mark. There is a dispute between the tribals and the non-tribals, and there is a developmental lag that is going on in Jharkhand. Political instability is also a reason for the policy that is not stable in Jharkhand. Policies are not stable.
Cooking is your hobby?
Yes, sir.
Cooking is your hobby?
Yes.
Okay. What do you cook?
Sir, all sorts of...
Well, I mean, which is your favorite dish to cook?
Favorite dish, sir, is of a sweet rasmalai.
Oh. How do you rank the success of Swachh Bharat Abhiyan, a flagship program of Government of India? Has it been a success? What's your view? You are in Government of India already. You must have participated in some of the programs also.
Yes,
So,
yes.
how far it has been successful? Is it really successful? Are we still seeing WhatsApp clips where people are just throwing their garbage and then in the name of cleaning them up, they are cleaning? Is this real Swachh Bharat? What is your view on this?
So, Swachh Bharat Abhiyan, as it is celebrated in government departments as Swachhata Pakhwada, that is of 15 days from 1st September to 15th September, it is celebrated every year in each of the government department, in which the government officials, they clean the entire campus. So for government departments, this has been a great eye-opener that you have to be for the importance of cleanliness. As far as the general public is concerned, I think the Swachh Bharat Abhiyan has one thing done very nicely, that it has in fact promoted the idea of cleanliness, the importance of cleanliness around the people. So even if it takes a lot of time to change the mentality of people, then there has to be a start someday. Swachh Bharat Abhiyan in this aspect is very good, that it is bringing awareness among the people through WhatsApp messages or through hoardings or something sort of that. So Swachh Bharat Abhiyan has been successful in this parameter, that it has brought awareness among the people. But in ground realities, if we see, the cities are still polluted and the garbage is still thrown here and there. So that needs to be checked, because awareness cannot be generated in a day. There are some illiterate people also there. So you have to generate awareness among the people that this is your city, like Indore did. That the district collector of Indore, he roamed around villages and asked for cleanliness, and that was the result, that Indore was the cleanest city in India. So these type of initiatives should be taken, so that Swachh Bharat Abhiyan is a success.
Is any of your cities, towns in your state has been chosen under the smart city projects?
Yes, sir, Dhanbad.
Dhanbad itself?
Yes, sir.
So what has been done under the smart city project so far?
Sir, broadband connection has been is very nice now. Earlier, broadband connectivity was not there, and cleanliness drives were there. The railway station, that has been modernized, and it has been equipped for physically handicapped people also. So similarly, the bus stations also, they have been equipped with ramp facilities for physically handicapped people. live wires that were running, they were made underground, and many pipelines have also been established, laid down under the smart city program. So these are some of the changes which I see on hand.
So we have been focusing more on making the city smarter, leaving out the rural areas.
Sir, in rural areas, because it is a smart city program, therefore it aims mostly at implementing the facilities that are at par in the cities, so that the cities could be well integrated, well connected, and there could be a good connectivity between the city and the corresponding villages.
But will it not bring more migration from the rural areas to the cities?
So correspondingly, the government is not only implementing the Swachh Bharat program, but it is also working for the modernization of villages, the upgradation of agriculture facilities, IRAS scheme like attaining and retaining youth in agriculture. These sort of schemes are also implemented so that the people from the rural they do not migrate to the urban areas.
How far they have been successful?
So to access the success, we have to get into the numbers, but as far as the news reports are concerned, the doubling farmer income or Krishi Sinchai Yojana, all these have yielded positive results in few years, and they are likely to yield positive results in the future.
Yeah, I see that you have a work experience with PepsiCo.
Yes, ma'am.
So what were you working there?
Actually, ma'am, I was employed as a graduate engineer trainee, so I had to I was employed in a engineering line, and it was a chips, Kurkure, Lays, Uncle Chips manufacturing plant, and I had to see the various operations that were processed in making of chips or Kurkure.
Okay. So, like to set up these companies, there was some agitation in many parts of the country.
Yes, ma'am.
So, do you think that these companies, these big chains, should have some sort of a responsibility towards the environment?
Yes, ma'am. There must be environment impact assessment before the setting of any company, and the locals should also be brought on board before setting of such a huge company, because at the end of the day, it is the public resources that we are using to produce anything. Even if we are producing chips from a MNC, then the local resources are used. So locals must be brought on board. But in case of PepsiCo, I think that it is an environmentally green company. It is a water positive company. It does not, because I have worked there, I have seen the corporate social responsibility projects that it carries. I was myself a part of AIDS awareness program. So I think PepsiCo is doing quite a great job there by supporting the farmers, spreading awareness about some diseases, harmful diseases. So in this case, I think it is doing okay.
Okay. And recently, the international organizations has released the top CO2 emitters of the country.
Yes,
and did you see that list of those companies which are the highest emitters?
I'm not aware about the...
Okay, but then the top 10 there was nearly 5 of the Indian companies. So what is the solution you would be like, because development is also very important. At the same time, you need to be controlling on this CO2 emissions, which is like relating to our environment control. So how do you see it as, and what is the solution you might be proposing to have this?
Development is important, but not at the cost of degrading the environment. That is the basic thing. So development should always be sustainable in the sense that it should not hamper the environment. So the top 5 emitting CO2 companies, they should learn from the carbon emission trading that is going on in Kyoto Protocol. Similarly, India has also launched the PAT scheme, Perform Achieve Trade scheme, in which the companies which are the highest emitters, that they can purchase carbon trading documents from the companies which are performing well. So these sort of schemes, penalty, carbon tax, penalties, carbon taxes, and other sin taxes that can be imposed on companies to improve their efficiencies. Plus, government should also spend on R&D facilities so that machinery can be improved, and proper watchdog mechanisms should also be there, like National Green Tribunal should also work efficiently to curb these issues.
Okay, did you follow the recent COP? What was
Yes.
the outcome of it? What is the important outcome of the latest COP?
So, ma'am, in the latest COP that was held in Poland, the outcome was not so good because the countries they did not align together with respect to the mitigation aspects of developing countries. What would be the funding mechanisms? But they have decided for a common time frame for implementation of Paris Peace Treaty.
Paris Agreement.
Paris Agreement.
Yeah. I see that you have an interest in TED videos.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, who's the one who has like inspired you so much in the TED Talks?
Ma'am, recently I watched a video of Shashi Tharoor and it was very good that he talked about education, that from 1950s to till now, what was the scenario of education in India, and how earlier we thought of expanding the education, and now we are bringing equity, and now we are bringing excellence. So he talked about ease of education. What are the different ease of education? So it was a very nice video that I saw recently on TED videos.
Okay.
You have mentioned you're interested in cooking.
Yes, ma'am.
What type of cooking are you interested in?
Basically, I'm interested in both vegetarian cooking and non-vegetarian cooking. Anything that interests me. It eases my stress levels I get.
And why no sports? You haven't mentioned any interest in sports.
I played sports, but I did not find it big enough to write it in DAF because it is mentioning that you are participating in college level or something sort of that. I've always played sports because every child in India he plays sports, and every person he plays sports at college level also, but not something significant that I should write in DAF.
Jharkhand is a relatively new state.
Yes, ma'am.
So how is it progressing in your view?
Ma'am, Jharkhand is progressing at a very good pace. After the separation from Bihar in 2000s, Jharkhand in fact has outpaced Bihar in terms of the industrial growth, the per capita income growth, and many other demographic parameters also, like literacy rate also. So, but there is an issue of Naxalism and other disturbances in Jharkhand, and these are some of the pulling legs of Jharkhand. But I think overall as a state, Jharkhand is doing fine. There is a need of political stability in Jharkhand, which Jharkhand has been struggling to get, and recently it has got a political stability. So the political stability in Jharkhand, if there is political instability in Jharkhand, it would definitely do better than other states also.
And you worked in PepsiCo. How, if you become an administrator, what are the advice that you would give back to the company to make it a healthier option?
Healthier option?
Yeah, because controversy is now going on about whatever they produce, not healthy things or the snacks that they bring out. People say it's not healthy.
No, ma'am, actually, the thing is that PepsiCo products are not healthy just because they contain oil, and anything that contains oil, if you consume too much, then it becomes unhealthy. But the thing is that the rumors that there is plastic in Kurkure or something sort of that, they are not true, because I have seen the manufacturing processes and I have seen that why Kurkure burns like plastic. There is a particular process like dextrinization reaction that is going on, which leads to plastic deformation, and therefore it burns like plastic. There is nothing sort of plastic in that. So Kurkure and Lays are unhealthy products just for the sake that if you consume them too much, then it would obviously increase the fat content in your body. But they are not fatty as such.
So your optional paper is philosophy.
Yes, sir.
So I am not well versed, but I have heard two statements.
Yes, sir.
I exist, therefore I am. And I think, therefore I am. Do both the statements mean the same thing?
I exist, therefore I am. Cogito ergo sum. Therefore, it is a statement of Descartes, the philosopher. I exist, therefore. He thought that Descartes is a rationalist philosopher, and therefore he thinks that everything that exists in the mind itself, and therefore thinking is same as existing, because if you are thinking, then it means that you are existing.
So I exist, therefore I am, and I think, therefore I am, both mean the same. I thought it was told by two different philosophers. No.
Pardon me, sir. I exist, therefore
I am is one Descartes statement or Descartes philosophy. I thought some other philosopher said, I think, therefore I am.
So there are two different statements. I exist, therefore I am. I think, therefore I am. Basically, they are two different statements by two different trends of philosophy. One is existentialist philosophy, and other is rationalist philosophy. Rationalists say that thinking implies being. If you are able to think something, then you are existing. Whereas the existentialists, they say that thinking is not important, because these statements that I think, therefore I exist, these statements basically divert human thinking from the practical problems of your life. You are searching for something that is not influencing the human life as per se. So existence is the first thing, and human existence is the prime to alleviate the problems of human existence is the prime goal of existentialist philosophy.
So Jharkhand, it's been 18 years since Jharkhand
Yes,
has been formed. So in your assessment, will you call it a successful state, or it could have been better off with Bihar?
No, sir, I think it would not have been better off if it had been a part of Bihar. There are several reasons to it. First of all, Bihar was a densely populated state, and the northern Bihar was more denser than the southern Bihar, that is presently Jharkhand. So carving out a new state from Bihar has done one very good thing, that it has led to the tribal representation in the state legislative assembly. Now the tribals are represented in the state legislative assembly, and they have their say in what the policies would be governing them. So the voices of the tribals are now placed on the state legislature. Plus the data shows that the industrial growth has also increased. The demographic Jharkhand is...
So has Naxalism. So has Naxalism in the state.
Naxalism is an issue. Naxalism is an ongoing issue in Jharkhand. There is no doubt about it. But the thing is that the recent report by the Home Ministry also says that the Naxalism is coming down in Jharkhand also, and all over India Naxalism is coming down, and in Jharkhand also Naxalism is coming down.
So Naxalism should be controlled through use of force, or you can bring a societal mindset change in those people?
So I think force should always be a back step, and it should always be a step when nothing works out, because Naxals they are the tribals, and they are the aboriginals, they are the people of Jharkhand, natives of Jharkhand, and they have took up weapons because of some mistrust that has been persisting between the people and the government. And instead of eliminating this mistrust, if we try to just force them and just kill them, then it would be against the fundamental rights and our constitution itself.
Whether India's influence is diminishing in the SAARC region in the present days.
Okay, I'm not aware.
India's influence
Yes, sir.
is decreasing in the SAARC region.
Sir, India's influence as per se is not decreasing in the south region, but the neighbors of India, they are not comfortable with only India on board, because their neighbors of India think that India has a big brotherly attitude, in which India wants to dictate its terms with the neighbors. So as per se, India's influence is not decreasing, but their neighbors are not comfortable with India, and SAARC has been a failure because of this.
Whether we need a SAARC or not.
Definitely we need a SAARC. Like I read it in a book of Dr. Sikri for foreign policy, that SAARC could be the European Union of Asia. Like European Union was formed of different countries which had differences, like Poland, France and England. They had historical differences between themselves, but they came together for the trade purposes, for a common free region, and they resolved these issues. So SAARC also has countries which have historical differences between themselves, like Pakistan, India, Sri Lanka. They have historical differences, but they could resolve these issues and form a union, and it could be at par with European Union.
Most of the opposition parties are against this Modi's foreign visits. Often Modi is visiting only foreign visits, but there is no change in the foreign policy. What's your view on this thing?
So I don't think that there is no change in the foreign policy, because from Look East policy we have gone to Act East policy. From non-intervention we have gone to positive intervention. Like we have engaged with US on many projects. We have initiated, we have been an active participant in quadrilateral grouping. India has been a part of Shanghai Cooperation Organization. It has recently joined as a member of Shanghai Cooperation Organization. Plus, Prime Minister Modi's visit to Japan also had yielded positive results. The bilateral agreements between both countries have been signed. And India's visit to USA has also been very fruitful. Prime Minister's visit, because India has been part of two foundational agreements, LEMOA and COMCASA now. So all these things show that Prime Minister's visit have yielded positive results in the few years.
How much is your gross salary you are receiving in DIPP?
So 74,000 per month.
What's your grade pay?
5,400.
54. We had a doubt.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is your examiner of patterns and designs is a Group B post.
Group A post.
Group A.
Group A.
Okay. Okay. Then it seems to be in 16 he has got into.
Yeah.
That's all I think we can give
Okay.
feedback.
So, Alok,
Yes, sir.
see, you are young, you have a good personality, you have a good chance, all that is fine. But few things. First of all, so you cannot sit like this in the interview hall. You sit straight.
Sure.
You should be attentive. No, sir, please sit even more straighter. Lean forward slightly.
Okay, sir.
Yeah? This is the posture that you have to sit.
Okay, sir.
I mean, it's as if you are going to some friend's place and sitting and chatting. It will be seen as, right?
Okay.
Clean shaven.
Okay, sir.
No dangling watch.
Okay, sir.
Yeah? Your hair should be properly combed.
Okay, sir.
When is your interview?
So 14th March.
14 March. So you can come for
Yes, sir.
2-3 more months.
Yes, sir.
Yeah? Tie properly, proper full length tie.
Actually, I came from Delhi yesterday only, so I did not have time to do all these things. Yeah, yes, sir. Thank you for.
Which I also wanted to say.
Yeah.
Very relaxed body language. It will be taken negatively.
It will be taken negatively. So you would have to, sir, actually, yes, sir, it is indeed. Yes, sir, it is indeed a problem in Jharkhand. It's as if you don't care whether you get selected or not.
Yes, sir.
That shouldn't come out.
Yes,
Intonation should be.
Intonation should be,
Yes,
that should be there. See, these are small things. Otherwise, see, your content is good,
Yes.
your language is good, the way you approach the questions is good, everything is fine. So much plus you have, but this will be taken as a big negative.
Yes, sir. I will work upon it. Sure.
So what you do is, you ask questions to yourself, right? And record your answers, even at home,
Okay, sir.
in the evenings, every day. Any questions, whatever questions we ask, whatever current affairs questions, whatever be the questions,
Yes, sir,
in
sure.
your tab, just answer yourself.
Yes, sir.
And slightly longer answers you are giving.
Okay.
It can be to some extent cut short. See, because it will bore the board. So 30 to 45 seconds, that's what I keep telling all the aspirants. 30 to 45 seconds for an answer, not more than that.
Okay, sir.
Yeah?
Yes, sir.
Then you pause, they will ask you further questions when they want. And those 30 to 45 seconds, you speak 5-6 sentences in an answer, that should bring out the best.
Yeah.
You don't have to set a context for the answer and all.
Okay. Yes, sir.
Right? So they know what they're asking.
Yes,
Right?
sir. Yes, sir.
So that is one thing. And sometimes you're giving very abrupt answers. Both ways. You just gave one line and just left it. I'm forgetting.
Why no sports? Is it
No, why not sports is okay, one thing. And why did you fill nothing specifically? You could have just left it blank, no? There's no need to write
I was
nothing.
told by a friend that you should not leave it blank. So.
Who said? That's okay. That will not be held against you. I mean, they ask you nothing, doesn't mean you're on sport. You just say this. No, sir, I was informed that it should not be left blank, so I returned nothing. I do play sports, sir, but not at a
Significant.
not to represent the college and all. So I did not find it. You know.
Yes, sir.
And see, there has to be that. See, you don't have to face the board with deference, right? You don't have to be submissive to the board, but that politeness and the keenness, and you should give them the impression, yes, you are interviewing me and I am an aspirant. It doesn't come out.
Yes, sure.
Which is the main thing that you have to work on.
Okay, sir.
So sit in front of the mirror also, answer, see how you are speaking.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So just work on that. We'll also work on it.
Okay, sir. Sure, sir. I will improve it in next session.
Yes.
You have a good subject knowledge is there. You know things, but the way, as he said rightly, I was also about to say the same thing. It should not be sounding. You sound confident, but look overconfident.
Yeah.
No, not overconfident. You look casual.
Casual, as if in the sense you are not really bothered about the result of thing. No, that okay.
No, so
anyway,
it's just a
enough
small
and-
thing. So
Fine.
it's not very difficult to change, right?
Yes, sir. Yes.
You just have to be even now. Slightly more straighter.
I mean, you can access my.
Exactly.
You are like too,
Yeah. So this is a posture. See, consciously try and lean a bit forward. See, leaning forward is a sign of being attentive. You are looking forward to the question and wanting to answer it. Sitting like this is just being casual.
Okay,
Get
sir.
mind? So lean forward and sit.
Okay, sir.
Erect,
Yes.
not bend forward, but lean forward with an erect posture.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Okay. So stay cool. I think you've got a good chance. So was telling. So what I felt is that you just gave a word that policy is not stable in Jharkhand.
Okay.
Stable government is not there. You say.
And first, one more thing. Sorry, that I meant when you asked about you said 2-3 lines and you said that's all, sir.
That's all. That's
No.
not the.
That's not.
That's all it is.
So, sorry, that's what. So, at times you come across as casual. So, consciously avoid it.
Okay,
It's
sir.
not too difficult, but you can avoid it. You should avoid it.
Okay, sir.
All the best.
Okay, sir. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir.
Anything else? Okay. All good. No,
Okay. Thank you, sir.